What is up? This is Colonial Puppet, and this is part 4 of the Let's Build a Stadium series, and unfortunately the first two clips of this Let's Build episode recorded without microphone sound. Even though I had the microphone plugged in, Fraps decided not to record the microphone audio for some reason, so I'm recording over the gameplay right now, and I'm just going to tell you what I did for this first clip. Basically, I just added 4 extra rows of bleachers, making a total of 12 rows so far for this side of the field. And so I'm going to speed through building that because I kind of showed you the process of building rows of bleachers in the last episode. And so, not to be repetitive, I'm just going to speed this part of the Let's Build up and then get back to you when I'm done that. Okay, so as you can see, there are now 12 rows of bleachers, and the next thing I did in this clip was go underneath the bleachers and just kind of clean up and make sure that everything was consistent underneath the bleachers, as you'll see in a second once I move over. As you can see, it kind of has a step pattern to it, and basically I want to make sure all the steps are 2 blocks apart from each other, like that. So as you can see, they have a width of 2 blocks. That one is a width of 3, so I'm just going to go through and fix that. It is worth noting that there is that kind of larger kind of plateau area that's not going to be 2 blocks, and I'll actually show you that part, but for the most part it's just 2 block wide steps, and I will speed through that and get back to you when I'm done with the stepping. Okay, and the last part of this clip, and I actually lied, there's only one clip that doesn't have the original audio with it, so after this clip it should be just my normal real-time voice while playing the gameplay. But the last thing I did was extend this part of the bleachers out 4 blocks and just filled that in, so I will speed through that and see you when I'm done that. Alright, this is all filled in, and next what I'm gonna do is actually do this, and then bring this down, like so, and then do the same thing over here. Boop, 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 and then just bring this down. Alright, so I looked at some pictures of stadiums, and it's a little confusing. I think I'm gonna put a gate here, 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 and over there. So like lining up with this row, this row, this row, and that row. So just skipping this row and that row. So I guess I'm gonna make them 4 blocks wide. So this is how wide they're gonna be. So that's 1. Right, it's lined up with that. This is 2. Alright, so like that. And then 3 and 4. So boom, boom. boom, boom. And then one right here. Cool. So, and let's make them, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's make them this tall. That looks about right. 2, 3, 4. So 5 blocks tall, like so. 2, 3, 4. And now we're gonna do another 12 bleachers, but we're gonna have to build around these. It's gonna be a little tricky. But before we do any of that, let's do this. Let's take this and put them in front of these, just to separate this kind of standing area from the bleachers. Just like that. Boom, 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 boom. Alright. Cool. So that looks pretty good. And the bleachers are actually gonna like wrap around these, so these are gonna be extended outward. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's bring them out 5 for now. Like so. And then these. Oops. And then finally the top. And again, I'm gonna speed through this, so I will unspeed it once I'm done doing this to the other 3. Alright, so those are all done, and that's actually all we're gonna do for right now for this. This is the first level of bleachers, so now we're gonna build all the way around. So I'm actually going to cut a big chunk of this, because what I'm gonna be doing is building this exact same thing, just over there. And this is going to be mirrored. Instead of on this side, it's going to be on that side, so it's going to be like opposite corner. So I will cut that all. I don't think you need to watch me build this entire thing again. That would be pretty repetitive, so I'm gonna cut me building this over there and then get back to you, and then once that's done, I will start on these longer sides and then match up the bleachers, so like it'll kind of be like diagonal, like these will kind of keep going out more and more until they meet up with these bleachers. I don't know, I'm not going to try and explain it. It'll make more sense when we actually get to that bridge, but yeah, I'll cut it when I'm done building this over there. Alright, I am back, and as you can see, there are now 2 sets of bleachers, one on either end of the short ends of the field. And lastly for this episode, I kind of want to build one of these long ends up to at least here, so 4 rows of bleachers. And I'm just gonna get right into that. I'm just gonna build out, I'm gonna scoot along over here, taking my time, but yeah, I'm gonna build out from here. So like, this is gonna wrap around, obviously, like that. And so I'm just gonna get started with these bleachers. So, kind of going off of how I did the short end. I burped. Excuse me. I apologize. But yeah, gonna build out like this. Actually, I think it would be smart to just run this all the way down. Like so. Because this is basically how this is gonna be. Just gonna run this all the way down the field. So no one can jump over the bleachers and into, like, the game. Boom, boom, boom. It'd be cool if they added, like, football. I'm sure there's a mod, but, like game balls, too. Game balls, that sounds weird. But, like footballs and stuff that your character could make and then, like, throw to other characters and they could catch it. I'm sure there's a football mod out there somewhere. But if not, someone should get on that. Alright, so actually we'd be building out from here. I lied. Alright, so this is 1 block away, so naturally this would be like this. And then this ends. Okay, cool. So boom, boom. Yeah, so this would be the end of that. And then, God, I hope I do this right. I don't want to mess up again. I'm a little worried that I might, but oh well. Alright, so then this would be here, correct? 1, 2, yep. And then this would end here. And then this would begin here. Might as well build this all the way out. And fill this in as well. But yeah, these bleachers are, like, really frustrating. I think they're turning out pretty cool, but they're still pretty frustrating. Make sure this is 2 blocks, yep. So obviously these are going to be the rows that people can walk down. Then I have to build this one out. Alright. So this will be... Yep. And then boom, boom. I'm starting to get the gist of it. Then this comes out here. And goes all the way back. Cool beans, and then build out from here. Oops, that's pretty tiny row, but oh well, it'll look nice. And then build out from here. I'm actually going to go to the opposite side now. So over here. I'm going to basically do what I just did. Alright, so I'm pretty much sure that this lines up. Alright. This is gonna be tricky with this big thing in the way. You know what, I might just keep going over here. And just build this all the way up. like so. And then this is gonna be like this. It's gonna be the biggest row, obviously. It's gonna end there. Fill in the places I missed. So that's what that's gonna be like. Cool. And then gotta build these out like so. Then this starts here. Oh wait, does it? No, that's not right. It would be here. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay, this is too short. Gotta put this here. Oops. Yeah, that's good. And then this goes here, correct? Actually, I might have made that one too short too. I have to think backwards now that I'm going the opposite direction. Or I'm going in rather than out. Boom, boom, boom. So, this should be here. Yep, no, I did it right. Cool. Fill this in. Basically pouring concrete. Cool. Fill this in like so. 1, 2. Boom. 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 Looking good. Now I gotta fill this in. Might as well just fill all this in. So yeah, I'm gonna fill this all in with concrete and speed it up. Alright, so filled that all in. Now I can just finish filling these in, like so. Boom. Oops. Boom. Boom. Alright, I think that's it. Alright. I think these are just gonna end here. These are pretty they're pretty good seeds. But yep, so we got these planned out. One thing I didn't do, I'm gonna fill this in the same way I did that, so I'm gonna speed that up again. Alright, now I'm just gonna build this up 3 more levels. So basically the exact same thing I did over here, just a lot bigger area to fill now. So I'm gonna start with this middle one. Actually, I might have to fill this whole part in. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to build this all the way out. Again, this is probably where like World Edit would come in handy, but I'm lazy and I haven't checked to see if it's compatible with the latest version of Minecraft and these like new blocks. So sorry about that. This is enough that I won't really speed through it. Just gonna have to bear with me, folks. Alright, cool. So I would if you're following along, I'd pay attention to this part, because I might just speed through the other 2 layers, or other 2 rows of bleachers. So I'm gonna build out from this one and kind of do this like so. Again, exactly like over there, just slightly different shape. Cool. Then I'm going to do the same thing over here. It's going to be a little slow. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Like that. Oops. Alright, almost done. Cool. So, yep. Then I'm going to fill all this in. Yeah, then I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with these. Basically, there's gonna be like a lot of empty space left over. Or there's gonna be empty areas like here in every corner. And I'm gonna have to figure out how to fill. I was looking at pictures of some stadiums. Some stadiums are like literally like rounded, which again I'm not gonna do with blocks, but a lot of little stadiums are like this and just leave this area empty. But kind of want to see if I can merge this and this. I don't know. Again, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. It's gonna be interesting though. Boom, boom, boom. Fill this in. Then I'm gonna do the exact same thing on this side. Just fill all this in. This is like the most boring part of the Let's Build. I apologize. I will speed it up once I just finish this one row. Just want to make sure people who are following along know what to do, because nothing is more frustrating than when you're trying to follow along with something and it's not clear enough, and you kind of have to sit there and guess. Especially if you've made it this far. My phone's going off. I have to check that. Alright, and then lastly, one more big fill. It's just one block out though. It's what I did that last time. Just bring this out like that, and just go the entire length of the field. Great. I wonder how many blocks are going to be in this. That's one cool thing about MC Edit, is you can select an area of a world and see how many blocks are in it, and like take out air blocks and grass blocks or whatever, and really see how many blocks you placed. It's probably going to be a couple thousand. Alright, cool. And now the easy part, just mirroring these bleachers like this. Keeping one block of space in between, so people have their leg room. Because like I said, I've seen a lot of stadium Let's Builds on YouTube, or not even Let's Builds, but like showcases and like time lapses, and they're all really impressive, but there's one thing I don't like, and it's the lack of like room with the bleachers. They just kind of place block, like some of them don't even use stairs, as like bleachers. They just kind of have a stepped blocks that just kind of give the impression of bleachers. And I want mine to look like it actually has a place where you can sit. I think these look like chairs too. Alright, so I'm going to do that 2 more times and I will speed through it. Alright, I'm done, and as you can see we're up 4 layers, or 4 levels of bleachers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and don't forget to put in the half steps stone slabs in between these like little row areas. And I think I'm gonna call it an episode. Next episode I'm going to pretty much do what I did this episode, except for the long side of the field. I'm going to build this up, put in the gate doorways, and then do the same thing on this side, but cut it so you don't have to watch me build the same thing twice. I don't think I'm going to add this long kind of standing area over here. I think it's just going to keep going up until it reaches 12. I might end up adding it. I don't know yet. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it, but yep. This has been Colonial Puppet. Be sure to check out the next episode when it comes out, and the previous episodes if you would like to follow along, and other than that, like I said, it's been Colonial Puppet. Have a good day.